Once you get out of your healing journey, or not even once you get out of your healing journey, in the middle of your healing journey, you're going to start realizing that you're dubbing a whole lot of fucking people. You're turning these niggas down. You want to know why? It's because you realize when games are being played. You realize when somebody's trying to get into your head and manipulate you or use you for their own intent, right? In today's culture, in today's world, that is the mass majority. So when you're running into the mass majority, it's going to look like you have high standards because you're dubbing the majority of people. But in reality, your standards are very normal. They're not high at all. You're asking for the bare necessities out of these motherfuckers and they just aren't doing it. They have problems giving to you in those areas. And since you started holding yourself to certain standards, since you started holding yourself to certain levels of accountability, since I know when people treat me like this, I act like this, bitch, I'm not about to let you treat me like this. That's not high. That's not having too high of standards. That's called having self-respect. Now, of course, we don't got to go out of our way and, like bash people. You feel me? Because sometimes we could come off rude. Sometimes we could come off mean. But my nigga, real is real. Right is right. Like right is right. Wrong is wrong. You feel me? When you have certain standards in your life, when you have certain boundaries, don't let no motherfucking body cross over that. Because the moment you let a motherfucker start crossing over your boundaries, that's going to be the exact motherfucker who literally drags you to hell gracefully. Boundaries are there to protect you. Boundaries and standards coexist in the same realm. Your standards and your boundaries are there to literally make sure you don't lose yourself. If you don't have boundaries, if you don't have standards, you're going to lose yourself because you're going to allow any and everybody to do whatever the fuck to you. Fuck them niggas. You got to have a certain level of self-respect. You'd be like, I'd rather be single before I put up with this bullshit. And you want to know what's crazy? The more queens that actually go out there and have that certain level of self-respect, more men is going to have to get in line. More men is going to have to fix their program because they going to start losing their girls. They're going to be like, damn, none of my girls fucking with me. If I want to get my girls back, I got to change. I got to be a better man. All of this shit, all of it, you guys have so much power. And I don't think y'all realize that by you having these high ass standards, by you holding yourself to a certain level, it's shifting the vibration. It's shifting the tide. It's shifting just the trajectory of everything. Bro, I remember my papa told me some game. He was like, back in the day, the reason why the power dynamic shifted in the first place is because lust got involved. Men wanted to take control over y'all womb. And then that's when certain things started getting implemented, like religion and all these constructs, government, everything. All of these patriarchal headspaces that tell you that you're doing too much and you shouldn't love yourself and you should be submissive to whatever the fuck just because you're a girl. That happened because we wanted to take control over your pussy. In other words, just to be very blunt, just to be very real with you. So when you have standards, when you start getting into these situations where you're like, I'm not giving you no action, none at all, until you show me that you're somebody who actually deserves that type of energy from me. Can you listen to me? Can you respect me? Can you not lash out on me when I get mad, when I'm indecisive? Can you actually hold me, see me, like all of these things? Oh, you can do that? Well, then chances are you'll gracefully give it to him at that point. We wouldn't even be having these conversations with him if he was doing that. You get what I'm saying? He would be getting everything under the sun because he's seeing you and treating you like the woman that you are. But the insecure man is going to be like, what do you mean I got to be your boyfriend before I could fuck you? You think you bougie? You think you too good for that? Too good? Because you got some standards, you got some boundaries. I don't want niggas just running up all up in this bitch because then when you run into your husband, it's going to be hard as fuck for you to bond with him. It's going to be hard as fuck for him to probably like you because you're going to have all those soul ties attached to you. Oh yeah, they're going to call you bougie. They're going to say your standards is too high. They're going to say you doing too much for loving yourself. The fuck? But that's the culture that we're in. That's the environment that we're in. Same thing for us men. Some of these women out here will call you fucking crazy. No, bro, I've been called some of the craziest things. Princesses, and like they'll try demasculating you for having self-respect. You see, self-respect is lacking in general in this dating pool right now. And since everybody's operating from no self-respect, lust, their flesh, in other words, this is why everybody's feelings is fucking hurt. This is why everybody's getting their heart broke. This is why we're running into so many narcissists. This is why we're getting in all these situationships, because we're operating from our low self-esteem, we're operating from our no self-respect, and we're putting ourselves in situations that exhibit that no self-respect. The moment that you have some fucking standards, the motherfucker who was benefiting off you not having no self-respect is gonna feel some type of way. Fuck them. You get what I'm saying? There's certain things that you gotta do in your life that if you don't do, you're gonna be the only one that's suffering. When you're in a dynamic with like a manipulator, a narcissist, or just somebody who's draining your energy, you can die. I'm so serious. Like, bro, I said this story. I don't know if I said it on this channel or my other channel, because y'all know I had a whole channel for men before I made this channel. Man, it was this lady. I was on a walk, right? And I noticed that she was limping and all this other type of stuff. She was doing laps around the park. So, and this older black lady, I walk up, and I was like, hey, good morning. You feel me? You just start a normal conversation with her. And she tells me she's sitting there learning how to walk again and use her limbs. And she does 20-something laps every morning around this park. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Literally, she's sitting there like stumbling too. And I'm like, you doing 20 laps? And that's for sure. Like, what happened? You feel me? She's like, oh, I had a really bad stroke that put me in a coma for like 6 months. And, they didn't know if I was going to even live. They thought I was going to die, but they just didn't pull that plug. And out of nowhere, by the grace of God, she woke up one day, but she wasn't able to use any of her limbs. She had to relearn how to talk, poop, walk, everything. And when she started explaining why this happened, she was like, she was married to a man. Not anymore, right? Because sometimes it takes you going through the depths of hell for you to realize some motherfuckers aren't for you, and you gotta love yourself and instill some boundaries. She proceeded to say she was stressing herself out for the last couple decades over this man, catering to his every fucking need. When, however he said it, or just everything. Not respecting herself. Baby, I'm tired. Baby, I need some rest. Baby, I'm stressed out. Can you come cater to me? Can you pour into me real quick? She didn't get that. She was, quote unquote, holding it down, being the, quote unquote, traditional wife. And what did that lead her to? A fucking stroke. The same relationship that everybody was telling her you need to uphold and everything else like that was the same relationship that almost took her life because she didn't have boundaries. So no, I don't think at fucking all your standards are too high. Whether you're a man or a woman watching this video, fuck them niggas, fuck them bitches. If they think that your standards are too high, that's perfect. They're not meant for you. Because there's going to be somebody else that you run across who's not going to say that weird ass shit. Who's going to be like, oh my God, I've been waiting to run across somebody who sees life like this. I've been waiting to run across somebody who feels the ways that I feel. Oh my God, this is a breath of fresh air. There's people like that. You want to know why? Because you exist. And you're not that unique. There's other people just like you. But you got to find those people. Get away from these low vibrational leeches and love yourself for once. That's all I gotta say.